Hey guys, Miss Moore here. Today we are going to be going over tone and how to find tone in a poem. This is something that we've kind of been working on this year, so this definitely should be a refresher. But we need to remember that tone is the writer's attitude or feelings about a subject. So this quick video today is just going to go over some key points and key reminders when trying to find a tone of a poem. We are going to be reading Pain by Kat Stratford. This is actually a poem from a movie. The movie is 10 Things I Hate About You. This is a great movie. I highly recommend. But this is a poem that Kat reads at the end of the movie. And so I figured this would be something nice to share with you guys today. So what I'm first going to do is I am going to go ahead and read the poem aloud, and then we're going to be talking about the tone. So just listen while I read. Pain by Kat Stratford. I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much that it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme. I hate the way you're always right. I hate it when you lie. I hate it when you make me laugh. Even worse when you make me cry. I hate the way you're not around and the fact that you didn't call. But mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close, not even a little bit, not even at all. Okay, so Kat Stratford is our speaker of this poem, so I'm just going to go ahead and label that. But what do we think this poem is about? So Kat Stratford in the movie, she was hurt by this boy that she ended up falling in love with. So that's the reason why she ended up writing this poem for her class assignment. So anytime you read a poem, you always want to think of what is this poem about? And so I'm just going to jot that off to the side. So I said this poem is about someone who hurt Kat, so she wrote this poem for him to express her feelings. There is a very clear tone with this poem, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how we find that tone. What we're going to do is I'm going to get out a different color pen. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a moment and I'm going to go through and circle words that stand out to me in this poem. Okay, so now I ended up circling the words that stood out to me. And over here, this is how, these are the words that kind of stuck out to me. So hate was repeated 11 times in this poem. The words sick, lie, and cry. So just based on these 4 words alone, how do we think Kat felt while writing this poem? If she's using words like hate and sick and lie and cry. Okay, so how do we think Kat felt? And so I'm going to write that over here. So I had said that Kat felt hurt by the boy she is writing about. And the reason I said that is because let's look at these words. I mean, she talks about hating him feeling or making her feel sick, lie, cry. But overall at the end, she talks about all of these things that she hates about him, but then she says that she doesn't hate him. And that's why she is so upset, because she still loves him. So these are some steps that are going to help us lead to finding a tone. So then what I'm going to do is, I know that these are some keywords that stuck out to me. I think Kat felt hurt by the boy as she was writing this. She wrote this poem to express her feelings. So then I am going to look at this tone wheel, okay, which you have on It's Learning. And so then I'm going to look at this middle part. Remember, when we're finding tone, okay, we don't want to be in this middle part. We want to use this middle part as a guide, but remember, we want to be looking at the second and third ring words, okay, because these are just basic. So if we're saying that she felt hurt, in my mind, I would think that the piece of the pie we should be looking at is right here, this anger piece. So then what I'm going to do is, remember, we're not going to use this middle, but then I'm going to look at this second ring. What are some of these words here that could help describe the tone of pain? So this is how you use the tone wheel. You want to start from the middle ring. This is just going to kind of lead you to deciding the tone. And then we really want to be looking at these outer two rings when determining the tone. Okay. So then I could say that the tone of this piece is specific tones that are present in this piece. But then I would really have to narrow it down to one. And then I would say why I feel that tone is the most important. So I would say this one is probably the tone that I feel is of this piece. So real quick, I'm just going to write down some quick reminders for you guys on how to determine. Some key things to remember. Read the poem to yourself, then read the poem aloud and see what words stand out to you. See what words you are emphasizing as you are reading. What is this poem about? Jot it down. Then circle words that stand out, just like we did up here, and kind of make a list at the top. How do you think the author felt while writing this? All 5 of these questions and steps, they're going to lead you to finding out what is the tone of that.